Had a lot of people asking for pictures, specs. A walk around video has been requested a lot on this Nissan Pathfinder of mine. It is a 2011 Nissan Pathfinder with the factory 5.6 liter V8. Why in the world would I build a Nissan Pathfinder, especially this one? It's independent suspension front, independent suspension rear. It's not the first vehicle you think about when you think, hey, I'm gonna go build a trail rig. Not gonna get that. All right, so it comes with a V8, a really torquey, nice V8, the 5.6, same one in the Titan and the Armada. So it's a good engine. It's body on frame. I didn't want something unibody that I had to worry about stress cracks and stuff like that. The rear independent suspension assembly actually will unbolt with just 6 bolts, and the whole assembly rolls out from under the truck. And you have 2 clean frame rails to work with doing a solid axle. It's a super easy conversion in the back. The front was a little more work, but it's not that bad. It's a typical solid axle conversion. The truck has 3rd row seating, which was a big thing. My wife and I, we have 4 kids, and we needed to be able to get 6 people in a vehicle to go wheeling. There's not a lot of small vehicles. I say small loosely. This is not exactly small, but it's not a Tahoe or it's not a Suburban. So I guess it does fall into that mid-range category. But I wanted something somewhat small that I could put 6 people in and go wheeling. This one does it. The 4Runner does it, kinda. Does it really? No. You ever sat in the 3rd row of a 4Runner? It's horrible. And you can't put anything behind the seat. Durango, I guess, would fit the bill. Most of those are old and clapped out. It's hard to find a low mileage one. Picked this one up originally in 2018 with 74,000 miles on it. And I'm not tall, I'm 5'10". I can sit in the back seat comfortably, the very back 3rd row seat. And a 45 quart ice chest will still fit behind the 3rd row with the seat folded up and the hatch closed. So that's a big plus. I can put gear behind the 3rd row. I can put 6 people in it. Actually, on our last wheeling trip, we all went out to eat on the last day, and we all rode in this. There was, I guess, 6 of us, 6 grown men piled up in it. Originally, I built it as a Midtravel IFS front. Took all the independent suspension out of the rear, went to a solid axle in the back. After that, stripped all the IFS out of the front. Had problems with the steering rack staying together with 37-inch tires. It's really the only issue I had with the IFS. But there's no upgrade for a steering rack on this truck. So that had to go. Picked up a set of JL Rubicon axles, super cheap. Had 410 gears, which is what I was running. Had lockers already in them. So I swapped those in it with, stayed with 37-inch tires. Ran those for a while, and then on UA 2021, I ended up bending the rear housing. It bent both axle tubes forward and up a pretty good bit. So realizing that wasn't going to hold up with the weight of this truck and the amount of torque this engine puts out, I decided to make the jump, and I went to a set of Super Duty axles. So Dana 60 front, Sterling 10.5 rear, 40-inch tires, currently running a Mickey Thompson Baja Boss. So with the 1-ton swap, I did 14-inch King coilovers in the front, and the rear has got the JLU 4-inch Superlift springs. I do get a lot of questions about the roof rack. It is a Rhino Rack USA rack. The mounts are custom built. I designed and built those myself. ARE lights up on top and here on the front bumper. Speaking of the front bumper, this is a hefty Fabworks front bumper. This thing has been an absolute beast. I have beat this bumper since 2018, I guess, when I put it on there. It has taken everything I've thrown at it with no issues at all. I highly recommend those guys if you're looking for a front bumper for your rig. They make them for Toyotas, Nissans, Jeeps, pretty much anything you want. They've got a really nice line of products, so check those guys out. Winch is a Warren Xeon 10S, I guess, synthetic rope. It's been a great winch. I had no issues with it. Remote mounted the solenoid so that I can plug into it through the grill without having to fish around behind the grill or under the hood or anything like that. Just pop the cap off, plug the remote in, and go. Running hefty fab aluminum transfer case skid and gas tank skid plate. My engine skid plate, I custom built that one myself. It's not aluminum, steel. The axles, so Super Duty axles, they have 488 gears, aux lockers front and rear. I'm running the upgraded 1550 shafts in the front, stock shafts in the rear. Soon to be upgrading to chrome ollie shafts in the front, and if I can find some chrome ollies for the rear. I've had no luck locating those, so if anybody knows where I can get Sterling 10.5 chrome ollie shafts, let me know. I have already broken a 35 spline stub shaft in the front. The rear bumper is one that I custom built. Originally designed it to hold a tire carrier, which will not hold my 4D now, so I'm going to do something different with some corner guards or something to fix that. We got a Switch Pro powering all my accessories. Ram 2500 master cylinder with a custom built adapter. Still running all the ABS sensors, everything hooked up so that it plays nice with the computer. A few things I'm going to do over the next year other than fix all the damage and repaint it. I'm also mounting my 40-inch spare on the back so I can get it out of the truck when I'm wheeling. I really need the room inside. That 40 takes up a lot of room. It's going to go on the back, but I'm going to cut the rear hatch and recess the tire into it. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. Lose the back glass. We'll go to a camera system for a rear view mirror. It'll have a swing out and then the hatch will open separately, but it will be recessed into that hatch so it doesn't hang way off the back of the truck. I did have a tire carrier that I built when I was running a 38 after UA, and that tire carrier just won't hold a 40. It's not big enough.